Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Prosperity and Health Revolution podcast. My name is Ron Oliver, and this is a good friend of mine, Ray, who's also a client. And I want to introduce you to him, and I want you to hear his awesome testimony. So thanks for coming in, Ray. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Ron. So for those of you listening in, I was introduced to Ron last fall, the fall of 2021, sometime I think in September, October. And my health journey prior to that was, I've always been health conscious, I think, most of my life, and in terms of exercise and in terms of watching what I was eating. But I ended up having a heart attack in 2017, in the fall of 2017. And so then one of my mentors had told me, years before on a tape, on a CD, that if you have a heart attack and you survive, then you better make some drastic changes so that it doesn't happen again. Because if it happens again, it's probably going to take you out. So I did. I really doubled down on what I was doing in terms of my diet, in terms of my exercise, in terms of testing my blood to see what was the status of my blood on a regular basis. And I actually worked with a naturopath for a long time, from 2017 all the way to 2021, where I was taking chelation treatments because my blood, my system was full of heavy metals.
Wow.
And the heavy metals, to make a long story short, had been scratching my artery, which your body automatically patches those scratches. And that's where you begin to get clogs in your artery. And I had 3 clogs that were 90% or 95% in the widowmaker artery, the main artery that could kill you. And when I had a heart attack, I had no idea I was having a heart attack. I just felt weak. It started to happen in the gym when I was working out with my trainer. And I came home and basically, make a long story short, I was feeling a little weak. And my daughter said, go to the hospital. So we went, and make a long story short, I ended up having to get 5 stents put in, 3 one day and 2 the next day. And so I started to really hone in on my health and doing a lot of things in terms of changing how I was exercising, trying to build more muscle, reduce body fat, that kind of thing.
Yeah. And
in the fall of 2021, one of my real estate agents in my office, I'm a real estate broker in the Vancouver area. I have like 4 offices and 200 agents, and my role is primarily to train and mentor. And I still always have sold commercial real estate. So I sell a lot of commercial investment properties to people, and I sell those for people. So when I got introduced to Ron in the fall of 2021, one of the first things he said to me, Ray, you're dehydrated. And I would have never thought that, because I was doing what I'd heard. You see, I wasn't a health expert. I thought I was. I was pretty good. And I was probably drinking 2 to 3 liters of water a day. So Ron says, Ray, you first of all, you're not drinking enough water, and you're drinking the wrong kind. And I'm thinking, like, how could I be drinking the wrong kind of water? I'm drinking clean water. So then we started to hone in on the fact that most of the water I drank had plastic in it. Most of the water I drank had chemicals in it. Most of the water I drank is like everybody else. It either comes from the tap or it comes in bottle form. And on top of that, if you test it, which Ron made me do, it's all acidic. So that's when I got introduced to Kangen water. And I started in first week of November, I think, end of October, beginning of November of 2021. And I got my water intake instantly. Like instantly, I got my water intake up to 6 liters a day. At the time, I was weighing about 209 pounds. But I also had a situation where I had just had a blood test. And my blood test showed that as far as sugar was concerned, it was registering at a 12. And they only want you to register like at about 6 or 7. Anything over 7 is bad. I was 12. So I had scheduled another blood test 2nd week of December, so 6 weeks after I started the water. So I started on the water. Just so everybody knows, I was doing intermittent fasting all year, for several years. And then in 2021, I started doing a 24-hour fast every week. And then every once in a while, I would do a 3-day fast. And I think I did 1 3-day fast in the first part of December. But when I went to get my blood test just before Christmas last year, I shocked everybody. I shocked everybody. My blood in October was a 12 on sugar. And in December, it was 6.
Awesome.
By January, I had dropped the scale. Not that the scale is everything, but I dropped from 209 all the way down to below 200. So January, February, I was below 200. Not much, 197, 198. But what had happened is I also started a month after getting on the water, I started a whole program with Ron using herbs and a bunch of concoctions of different things to clean out my system and get rid of parasites, and also incorporate enzymes that I was deficient in to upgrade my enzymes in my digestion process and my tract. Well, here we are. It's end of July 2022. I'm like a completely different person. I mean, the guys in the gym, they just shake their head and they go, "You're how old, Ray?" I had a birthday last week. I turned 71. But the guys in my gym are going like, "Ray, you're not 71. You can't be 71 with all the stuff you do." And so what they don't understand is that now my body is functioning at a level that even I didn't. I was amazed, and I'm not there. I'm still moving ahead on it, but I've definitely dropped. In March, I went to have my body fat tested. I had it done in July of 2021, and I was 26% body fat, and I had been several years before that. I was over 30% body fat, and I couldn't get it down below 26%. I mean, I couldn't get it down no matter what I did. So in March, when I went and they tested me, they were surprised. But they put you through a whole battery of tests, and the battery of tests include, push-ups and squats and pull-ups and balance and ability to stretch and reach and all this kind of thing, balance and body fat. Everything I had was better, the same or better than the previous year. And some of the things that were so much better was like unbelievable. Like my squatting was unbelievable. But my body fat went from 26 to 20.
Excellent. That's great.
And it was noticeable in just looking in the mirror. So now I haven't had a body fat test recently, but I can almost be sure the next one I get in the next few months will have me below 20 because of the program, because of the program that I'm doing with Ron. And we're actually replacing fat with muscle. And I've cleaned out my system. I probably dropped 20 pounds of crap out of me. Gone.
Just feces.
Gone. So make a long story short, if you consider your life to be important, your health to be important, it's not a freebie. So, but I'm going to tell you, I recommend that you talk to Ron and get on the same program I was on. I mean, I don't know what you think your life's worth, but whatever Ron decides he's charging you, your life's worth way more than that. So don't get hung up on what it's going to cost you to fix you, because in my case, I had 70 years of buildup in me and a lot of misinformation. And today, by the way, people ask me, "Well, Ray, have you got COVID?" I don't know if I got COVID or not. If I did get COVID, it was probably a little bit of a cough. I felt tired for a few days, and I had some fever for about 3, 4, 5 nights in a row. That's the extent of it. I've never taken that COVID injection because I figured my immune system can handle it, and it sure did. And now my immune system is like, it's rocking it in terms of all the things I'm doing. And I've changed some of my eating, not a lot, but I've changed some. I've tweaked things since working with Ron. And I think if your health's important, you're going to get some information from Ron that I certainly didn't have before. I don't want to say I'm a health coach, but I could pretty much almost be a health coach compared to the knowledge that most people have about their body and how to keep it alkaline and how to keep it hydrated and how to keep it how to clean your digestive system and all your organs.
How much younger do you feel based upon your ability to perform in the gym and just day-to-day life since we started?
Well, the guys in the gym will tell you that I perform like I'm 20 years younger than anybody my age. There's nobody my age in the gym. There's nobody my age in the gym, but I feel like I'm back in my 30s, to tell you the truth. I feel like I'm back in my 30s when I played squash and racquetball all the time. But in terms of stretching, lifting, all the things I do, it's like I've lost years off my life in terms of my abilities.
Well, your strength has gone through the roof. I know from training you myself, putting you through some workouts, you know, your strength has gone through the roof. Your anaerobic endurance has gone through the roof, and you're doing things you couldn't do before.
That's for sure.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you sharing your testimony with the people, because I'm sure it will inspire somebody to realize that no matter how old you are, it's not too late to get your health on track, get your fitness back, and start loving life again.
Well, if I'm sure a lot of people listen to this might be younger than me, they might be a few older than me, but I'll tell you, anytime you can turn the clock back 10, 15, 20 years in terms of how you feel, your energy level, your strength, your clarity of thinking, your life's worth a lot. As a matter of fact, I'm reminded of a verse that says you're fearfully and wonderfully made. So I don't think God meant for us to walk around with a whole bunch of crap in us and be like a sewer. And you probably need to get cleaned out.
That's a good idea. Good advice, Ray. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a blessed day.
Okay, my friend. Take care. Nice talking to you.
Thank you.